Police officers. What criminal actually impressed you with their criminal skills? Back when my uncle was still active in law enforcement, he told me about this guy they called the locksmith. Not his real name, obviously, but that's what everyone in the department called him because of what he pulled off. This guy was in his early 30s, clean record, lived alone, and worked part-time at a hardware store. Seemed completely normal. But over the course of 2 years, over 30 high-end homes in 3 different counties were broken into. No forced entry, no alarm triggers, no prints. And whoever was doing it never took TVs or jewelry. He only ever stole safes. Full-sized, heavy, bolted to the floor kind of safes. The kind you need a dolly and a team to move. Cops were baffled. Security footage would show nothing, or sometimes a glitch right before the safe vanished. Alarms would be disarmed without a trace. No signs of struggle, no damage to locks. It was like magic. They started thinking it had to be an inside job. Maybe an security system installer or a locksmith. That's when they noticed something odd. All the houses that got hit had recently hired locksmiths for routine work. Spare keys, lock upgrades, rekeying, so they pulled records from dozens of local locksmith companies and ran names through every database. Nothing matched. No one had been to every house. Until one junior officer noticed that one hardware store showed up in receipts in over half the homes. Turns out the homeowners had all bought spare keys, lock kits, or even just new doorknobs from this little corner store. The employee who handled all those transactions, a quiet guy named Ethan, worked behind the counter, always wore gloves, and rode a bicycle to work. No one suspected him because he never entered the homes himself, or so they thought. One night, police set up a sting. They outfitted a fake home with a brand new smart security system and placed a weighted dummy safe inside. Then they had someone accidentally mention at the hardware store they were upgrading the locks and buying a safe for their mother's jewelry. 2 weeks later, at exactly 3:11 a.m., the cameras glitched for less than 30 seconds. When the feed returned, the safe was gone. They caught Ethan half a mile down the road with the dummy safe in a covered bike trailer. When they brought him in, he just smiled and said, "I wanted to see how long it would take for you to notice." His setup was genius. He never broke in. He made copies of keys while people were distracted during purchases. He learned alarm codes by chatting with homeowners who'd casually mention, "Oh, I always forget the code, it's my birthday," and he'd jot it down while ringing them up. The guy had a photographic memory and built his own signal jammer out of radio parts. He never took anything flashy, just opened the safes, emptied the cash and documents, and disappeared. Even the lead detective said, if this guy had gone legit, he could have run a cybersecurity firm. They found detailed journals in his apartment about every target. Dates, habits, dogs' names, lock models, alarm systems, escape routes, and even notes on how much time he had before neighbors. Usually got suspicious. He never resisted arrest. In fact, when asked why he did it, all he said was, "I don't like how arrogant people get when they think their security is foolproof." To this day, my uncle says Ethan was the most brilliant criminal he ever met. No violence, no threats, just pure strategy, precision, and patience. The guy didn't just beat the system. He studied it until it forgot how to protect itself.